Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Guess That Animal. We've got a fun episode today, packed with cool facts. Are you ready? Let's jump right in. Here's how it works. I'll give you 3 hints about an animal, and you have 5 seconds to guess which one I'm thinking of. Some are easy, some are tricky, so think fast. Let's get started. Alright, let's start with an interesting one. Listen closely. Hint number 1, I love cold weather. Hint number 2, I waddle when I walk. Hint number 3, I can't fly, but I'm a great swimmer. It's a penguin. Fun fact, penguins use their flippers to fly underwater. So cool, let's keep going.
This one is a master of disguise. Hint number 1, I can change color. Hint number 2, I have a long sticky tongue. Hint number 3, my eyes can move independently. It's a chameleon. Chameleons change color to communicate, not just to hide.
This one might be a little tricky. Hint number 1, I don't have legs. Hint number 2, I use my tongue to smell the air. Hint number 3, some of my relatives are venomous. It's a snake. Did you know that some snakes can go months without eating? Wild!
Time for a prehistoric challenge. Hint number 1, I'm related to elephants but lived long ago. Hint number 2, I had long curved tusks. Hint number 3, I was covered in thick fur to survive the cold. It's a woolly mammoth. Though extinct, they once roamed the icy tundras of the world.
Alright, let's move on to an animal that works well in a pack. Hint number 1, I howl at the moon. Hint number 2, I live in packs. Hint number 3, I'm closely related to dogs. It's a wolf. Wolves are excellent hunters and have strong family bonds.
Here's a big heavy animal that loves water. Hint number 1, I spend most of my time in rivers and lakes. Hint number 2, despite my size, I can run fast on land. Hint number 3, I have large teeth, but I mostly eat plants. It's a hippopotamus. Did you know hippos can hold their breath underwater for up to 5 minutes?
Here's a super playful animal. Can you guess it? Hint number 1, I love to swim in rivers. Hint number 2, I hold hands with my friends while I sleep. Hint number 3, I have thick fur to keep me warm. It's an otter. Isn't that adorable? They love to float on their backs and even use rocks to crack open food.
This one loves to dig underground. Hint number 1, I have big front claws for digging. Hint number 2, I eat mostly insects. Hint number 3, I'm almost blind but have a great sense of touch. It's a mole. Moles can dig tunnels super fast, sometimes up to 15 feet an hour.
Okay, here's the next one. Hint number 1, I have big ears. Hint number 2, I hop around. Hint number 3, I eat lots of carrots. It's a rabbit. Alright, let's keep the game going.
Time for a sneaky creature. Hint number 1, I can regrow my tail if I lose it. Hint number 2, some of my relatives can climb walls. Hint number 3, I'm cold-blooded and love to sunbathe. It's a gecko. Some geckos have special sticky toes that let them walk on ceilings.
Alright, here's your next mystery animal. Hint number 1, I'm small and covered in spines. Hint number 2, I roll into a ball when I feel scared. Hint number 3, I love to eat insects. It's a hedgehog. These little critters are nocturnal and use their sharp spines to protect themselves. Well done.
Here comes a mischievous one. Hint number 1, I have a black mask on my face. Hint number 2, I love to dig through trash. Hint number 3, I have little hands that help me grab food. It's a raccoon. These clever animals can open doors, jars, and even locks.
Here's your next animal. Hint number 1, I'm one of the toughest animals in the world. Hint number 2, I have black and white fur. Hint number 3, I'm known for being fearless. It's a honey badger. Did you know honey badgers can fight off lions and snakes? They're small but super strong.
Here's a tough one from the desert. Hint number 1, I have humps on my back. Hint number 2, I can go a long time without water. Hint number 3, I live in hot, dry places. It's a camel. Their humps store fat, not water, which helps them survive in the desert.
Let's see if you can guess this colorful animal. Hint number 1, I can mimic human speech. Hint number 2, I have bright feathers. Hint number 3, I live in rainforests. It's a parrot. Some parrots can learn over 100 words and live for decades. Pretty cool, right?
Here's a tough and woolly one. Hint number 1, I have curled horns. Hint number 2, I live in the mountains. Hint number 3, I'm a great climber. It's a bighorn sheep. These animals can jump over 20 feet in a single bound.
All right, let's dive into the ocean for this one. Hint number 1, I love to swim in icy waters. Hint number 2, I have flippers instead of legs. Hint number 3, I love to sunbathe on the shore. It's a seal. Seals are excellent swimmers and can hold their breath underwater for up to 30 minutes.
This one is a little spooky. Hint number 1, I'm the only flying mammal. Hint number 2, I use echolocation to find my food. Hint number 3, I love eating fruit and insects. It's a bat. Some bats can eat over 1,000 mosquitoes in one night.
This one might surprise you. Hint number 1, I gobble a lot. Hint number 2, I have a big fan-like tail. Hint number 3, I'm often seen on Thanksgiving decorations. It's a turkey. Did you know turkeys can run at speeds of 20 miles per hour? That's fast.
This one is a little spiky. Hint number 1, I live in the ocean. Hint number 2, when I feel threatened, I puff up into a ball. Hint number 3, some of my relatives are very poisonous. It's a pufferfish. They can inflate themselves to scare away predators.
Get ready for a fancy one. Hint number 1, I have shiny, colorful feathers. Hint number 2, I spread my tail into a beautiful fan. Hint number 3, people often call me regal or royal. It's a peacock. Their tails can grow up to 5 feet long. Wow!
Time for a howling mystery. Hint number 1, I live in a pack. Hint number 2, I howl to communicate with my family. Hint number 3, I'm closely related to dogs. It's a coyote. Coyotes are super smart and can adapt to almost any environment.
Let's go tiny for this one. Hint number 1, I'm very, very small. Hint number 2, I can lift 50 times my own weight. Hint number 3, I work in a big colony. It's an ant. Ants are super strong and live in colonies with millions of friends. Let's see if you can guess this powerful bird. Hint number 1, I have incredible eyesight and can see my prey from far away. Hint number 2, I have large, sharp talons. Hint number 3, I am often a symbol of strength and freedom. It's an eagle. These majestic birds can spot a rabbit from over a mile away. Time for a strong and sturdy animal. Hint number 1, I have thick shaggy fur. Hint number 2, I used to roam the Great Plains in massive herds. Hint number 3, I am the largest land animal in North America. It's a bison. Did you know bison can run up to 35 miles per hour? That's faster than most humans. Here comes a tough one. Hint number 1, I have thick armor-like skin. Hint number 2, I have 1 or 2 horns on my nose. Hint number 3, I love rolling in the mud to keep cool. It's a rhinoceros. Rhinos are one of the largest land mammals, but they can still run pretty fast. Watch out, this one has a strong bite. Hint number 1, I have a long, powerful tail. Hint number 2, my jaws are extremely strong. Hint number 3, I can be found in rivers, lakes, and swamps. It's an alligator. These reptiles have been around since the time of the dinosaurs. This one is an expert climber. Hint number 1, I have long arms and swing through trees. Hint number 2, I am one of the most intelligent animals. Hint number 3, I have reddish-brown fur and live in rainforests. It's an orangutan. These amazing primates can make tools to help them get food. This one is built for the cold. Hint number 1, I have thick blubber to stay warm. Hint number 2, I have long tusks and whiskers. Hint number 3, I love lounging on ice and swimming in cold waters. It's a walrus. Their tusks help them pull themselves onto ice. This one moves in big groups. Hint number 1, I travel in packs called prides. Hint number 2, I have black stripes that help me blend in. Hint number 3, I am closely related to horses. It's a zebra. No two zebras have the same stripe pattern. Get ready for the next round. Hint number 1, I have orange fur with black stripes. Hint number 2, I am the largest wild cat. Hint number 3, I am an excellent swimmer. It's a tiger. Unlike most cats, tigers love water and are great swimmers. This one is tough and fearless. Hint number 1, I have thick skin and a strong bite. Hint number 2, I am known for being one of the bravest animals in the world. Hint number 3, I love eating honey and will even fight off predators. It's a wolverine. These fierce creatures are small but incredibly strong. This one walks sideways. Hint number 1, I have a hard shell and 10 legs. Hint number 2, I use my big claws to catch food and protect myself. Hint number 3, I scuttle sideways along the sand. It's a crab. Some crabs can live both in water and on land. You might want to stay upwind from this one. Hint number 1, I have black and white fur. Hint number 2, I can spray a stinky smell to keep enemies away. Hint number 3, I'm mostly active at night. It's a skunk. Their spray can be smelled from over half a mile away. This one starts life as something completely different. Hint number 1, I start as a caterpillar before transforming. Hint number 2, I have delicate, colorful wings. Hint number 3, I help flowers by carrying pollen from one to another. It's a butterfly. Some butterflies migrate thousands of miles every year. Alright, time for the final challenge. This is a tough one. Hint number 1, I am one of the fastest birds in the world. Hint number 2, I dive at super high speeds. Hint number 3, I'm known for my sharp eyesight. It's a falcon. This bird can dive at speeds of over 240 miles per hour. That's faster than most race cars. Wow, that was so much fun. How many animals did you guess correctly? Let me know in the comments. If you had a blast playing Guess That Animal, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more fun games and learning videos. And turn on notifications so you never miss a new episode. Thanks for playing with me today. You're all amazing. See you next time.